Hello, beautiful, sexy people. Welcome to Center of Light. Keith Anthony Blanchard here with the presentation tonight. I just did a phenomenal interview with my friend, Mr. Phil Galati, about his beautiful book that's coming out soon called The Legend of La La Land. I really enjoyed my time spending with an old friend. It was great. Tonight's presentation is about the 5 elements. We've all heard of the 5 elements. Earth, air, space, water, fire. Coincidentally, we have 5 sensory inputs: nose, mouth, eyes. There is an intelligent design, y'all, and it ain't jacking around. But tonight is going to be somewhat of a learning curve for me. I'm familiar. I gotta get something that's special to me. It's not about the glitz and the bling bling. It's something that helps me to fall in, and I'll tell you why shortly. One moment. It's this. This is called a japa mala. Japa mala. There's 108 beads on this prayer bead. Like a rosary. And you state your intentions to God. Simple, isn't it? It doesn't mean anything but something beautiful. I have a few of them left, maybe 4. It will cost you $5 for the shipping. Whoever populates in this feed first, if you're interested, I will send you whatever I have left. If you first, second, third, or fourth, or whatever. How many I have left. These are blessed. Take this in. Hello, everyone who is here. If you're regular, you understand. If you're new here, hello. This bead is blessed by this man. Swamiji Viswayogi Maharaj. Sri 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 Viswayogi Viswamiji Maharaj is who this avatar's name is. Avatar. What is avatar? It's God on earth today. That rubs a lot of people raw, and that's okay. Raw is good. Some people like sushi. Some people like raw. I wanted to get this for me, not for you, simply for me. It helps me to connect into my power, my Lord, be it Swamiji, be it Jesus, be it your deceased grandmother. Doesn't matter to me. I'm into all that is good. I want to offer you something. I'm a very generous individual. I'm not tooting my horn. I'm setting something up. I want to find the right one. Give me a moment. The individual oops, excuse me, Lord, the wholeness we would see as an individual. Starting from the top left, you see me bowing down, being a servant to my master. Notice the light phenomena on Swamiji. There is always light phenomena on Swamiji. Always. Pretty much. So who am I bowing down to? You can call it Swamiji. You can call it Jesus. You can call it Buddha. Because all of those live inside of this divine man. That's a fact. He is coming to Memphis, Tennessee, I think in March. And so what I want to offer to you is a very beautiful gift. And it costs you nothing except your wanting, your desire to experience something. It's not required. It's not necessary that you experience God in the form of a human being. You can have that with your altar at your house with Jesus, Buddha, whatever makes you feel that you're following something that is worth anything. That's all that's necessary. But if you want to experience another dimension of what it is, because some people need tangibility. They want to touch it. They want to see it. They want to smell it. They want to hear it. I don't require that, but I sure do like it a lot. If you're interested, keep following my work. When Swamiji comes to town, if you can get yourself on the road and trek to Memphis, Tennessee, you could see Jesus, Buddha, Gandhi, Krishna, Swamiji in the physical space. Divinity. It doesn't get any bigger than that. It doesn't. And if that makes you afraid, ask yourself simply, why am I so afraid? It's a rhetorical question. But it can only bring up a beautiful possibility. That's my offer to you. Share this to you all. Tonight we're going to talk about the 5 elements, something I am actually going to learn about as well. I know about the 5 elements by being around Swamiji and other spiritual, divinely lit people. And my dabbling in the arena of spirituality for so many years, yes. But I'm going to learn something here tonight as well. Let me say hi to those who are here. Unsun, Sana, Sona, Sana, Karen, Elwood, Melanie, Bernadine, hello. John, Kevin, Angie, Jim, Jackie Atwell. Hi, Sana. Antichrist conversation Unsun was yesterday. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Teresa. Teresa, I'm not sure why my feeds are not showing. There is 3 dots in here, an ellipsis that says notify me when Keith goes live, and I will do my best to remember you every time I go live. I promise. I'll try my best. Donna Smith, Warford. Darlene, Mamad, Angel, Priscilla Larpenter, Krista Huggins, Carl J. Laperoux. What's up there, Keeper baby? Carl, come back on the show, or come on the show. Anna Yoga, Pam Raworth. Either way she likes it raw. Is it worth it? Teasing. Let's see. Kelly, hi. Maria, hi to Maria. So tonight we're talking about the 5 elements. It's important. The 5 elements. We know what they are. Air, earth, ether, water, fire. There's a lot more to it, y'all. I'll be right back after this commercial break. Let me see what song I'm going to choose. See you shortly. Let me do something real quick. I want to check something. Thank you for your patience. I'm looking at the controls of the alien spaceship. There we go. All right, y'all. I'll be right back. See you shortly. Let's see what I'm going to play. I love that song by my friend Andrea. Where is Andrea? Let's play Ishq. It means unconditional love. Wow! Greetings, my broham and sistar astronauts. Are you ready to launch to inner space? Yanavai here, speaking with another amazing product, Dream Leaf. Dream Leaf is a highly effective lucid dreaming supplement that creates the right neural environment for lucid dreaming to occur. It increases dream recall, dream vividness, and promotes high-level lucid dreams. It is composed of a red pill and a blue pill. Each pill plays an important role in the process of successful lucid dream induction. Dream Leaf targets and lengthens your natural REM cycle because this is the stage of sleep when lucid dreaming occurs. The two parts of this supplement are composed of natural herbs that strengthen the mind. The blue pill and the red pill contain 5 of the most effective lucid dream herbs. The blue pill promotes restful deep sleep, causes REM rebound effect, and elevates dream creativity. The red pill promotes lucid dreams, improves memory, dream recall, and increases dream control. I highly support this product. My ongoing experience with Dreamleaf is absolutely beyond this world. Welcome to Center of Light. Tonight we're talking about the 5 elements. How important it is that they are balanced. It's very important. We just know them as 5 elements. It is so connected to everything. It's important that we understand what these are and how they are players in our life experience. In fact, they're not just players. It's what we are. It's that which comprise the human being. We are stardust. We are golden. We are 4 billion years of carbon. And it's time we get ourselves back to the garden, says Crosby, Stills, and Nash. From my book, The Divine Principle Anchoring Heaven on Earth, God says, "You may ask why I do not solve the world's problems. The answer, I do address them, but not by waving my hand to remove them. For that would only negate my unconditional love, the love that allows everything to be just as it is. If I were to step in and immediately solve the calamities that you have created, all actions, development, and evolution would stop. And if a greater need should rise, all of creation would collapse with its karmic law of cause and effect in place. The solutions you seek will come about when everyone becomes willing to be stripped of all that is impure and to be rebuilt into conscious beings. Only then will you be able to rise above your troubles and create a world of love, peace, and unity. The world is in its predicament not because of what God has made of man, but because of what man has made of himself." How does that feel? Puts responsibility exactly where it belongs, in our lap. So we have 5 elements. Consist of 5 dimensions. And all of them require balance to create a peaceful, joyful, not only life, tribe, family, city, state, country, continent, world. The 5 elements. They're just not these 5 scientific, physical things that we affect them. And they affect us. Very, very important stuff that I'll always bring through Center of Light. So tonight is a learning curve for me as well. I know about the 5 elements by hanging around spiritual teachers. But I'm going to learn something tonight. So that being said, let's get down to our first video I always prepare. From those who know, truly know. This is not about they've done their research. This is about, oh my God, I know. Okay. First up on the list would be one of my favorites. I love this beautiful man. My gosh, I love this man.
Why we don't change how we are living our life.
First cleanse it so that slowly you… All yogic practices, doesn't matter what you're doing, whether you do asana, yama, niyama, pranayama, asana, whatever, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, shunya, whatever you may be doing, essentially all of it is coming from the fundamentals of bhuta shuddhi or cleansing the elements. Or if you cannot cleanse, if you're such a hopeless case, transcending the elements. Vibhuti, that's why. Beyond the elements. If you cleanse the elements, you will live a wonderful life. If you're beyond that, the best thing is to transcend. Forget about living a beautiful life, just transcend the life. Because living a beautiful life is a more complex situation than transcending. Transcending means you're beyond it. What's beyond is not bothered by so many complexities of the physicality. But if you want to be in the physical and still above that, then it takes a little more mastery over the physical. If you have no mastery over the physical, you will get enslaved to the physical. So bhuta shuddhi essentially means you want to first cleanse it so that slowly you come to your state which we call as bhuta siddhi. That means you have mastery over the elements. Everybody has some kind of capability with the elements, otherwise you wouldn't even live a normal life. Right now, how well organized the five elements are in your system decides how firm and stable and organically strong this body is. It's just… body is a play of five elements. So is the world, so is the universe. Everything is a play of five elements. In these five, unless you want to explore mystical dimensions, you don't have to bother about the space. So there are only four. Among the four, 72% of your body is just water. Just check and see. You're just a water bottle, 3/4 full, you know. You need to understand, it is in sync with the planet. Approximately 72% of the planet is water. Do you know this? Yes? That is how life has evolved. Whichever way the nature of the planet is manifested in your body in many different ways. So about 2/3 of the planet is water, 2/3 of the body is water. So when you eat food, you must always eat food where the water content in the food is over 70%. This one thing the Western societies are ignoring and paying a huge price. Now everywhere it's becoming like that. If you eat any vegetable, it will be over 70% water. If you eat a fruit, it'll be over 90% water. If you want cleansing to happen, you must eat fruit. If you just want to maintain the body as it is, vegetable does this. Almost any Asian cooking usually has over 70% water naturally. That's how traditions created it, they were aware of it. It's only Western diets which are dry. You drink water, it doesn't work like that. The food should have over 70% water content. So 72% is water. Another 12% is earth, you know. Only 12% of your body is actually earth. Largely it is water, so that's 84%. Another 6% is air. Air is the easiest thing to manage and take charge of because there is breath and you can take charge of it in a certain way. Another 4% is fire. Taking mastery over fire could do many things to you, but because you are householders living in family situation, you don't have to take charge of fire. You can keep it as it is, sometimes you can burn somebody a bit. You need it, right? You're married. Once in a way, if you don't burn them a bit, it may not work. Yes or no? The remaining 6% is space. You don't have to bother about that unless you want to explore mystical dimensions of the existence. To live well, 4 elements is enough. 5th one is not relevant for people who just want to live well. Taking charge of this, there's a whole system of practices. Some are direct, others are roundabout. Bhuta Shuddhi can be practiced in a most simplistic way or in a highly sophisticated way. Taking charge of the elements is in many ways. One thing is how you consume these elements, how you treat these elements. The whole system of ancient cultures were about treating the 4 elements right. The 4 elements are the basis of your creation. If you have even a minor mastery over it, you will start living in ways that other people think is magical. Nothing magical, because right now you drink water. See how it is? Does it look like you? Does it look like you? Does it look like you? Does it resemble any of you? But if you drink this, it becomes you, isn't it? Isn't this magical? This itself, life itself is magical. There's nothing in life which is not magical, isn't it? Just some disease got cured, that is not the miracle. Look at this becomes you. This is a phenomenal miracle, isn't it? Once you're capable of performing this miracle, you should be capable of many other minor things. Fixing an ailment or you damage something, fixing it, all these things should be possible because you're creating the whole body from inside, isn't it? Using the 4 elements, you are creating a whole body. Unfortunately, it's happening unconsciously, that's all. So, bringing consciousness to how these 4 elements are becoming human body. When I say human body, from this water you're manufacturing a highly sophisticated mechanism, isn't it? Yes or no? What this amounts to is, if I just pour this water on the floor, it became iPad. What would you call that? Suppose this glass of water, I poured it down and there this water became iPad. What do you call that? Miracle, isn't it? The same thing, I drink this becomes I. This not a miracle? I was in the same trip I came to Deagle Airport and there was a grumpy-looking security man. He asked, any fluids? I said like this. He got irritated, he looked at me like this. Then he put my bag there, computer? I said like this. He burst out laughing. We are too impressed with what's happening around us. What's happening within us is too big, isn't it? Yes? All computers are a small manifestation of this, isn't it? We are enamored with that, but not enamored with this. That is our problem. So, looking inward itself is Bhuta Shuddhi. If that's not possible for you, there are simple processes. There are practices, there are rituals, there are elaborate systems as to how to take charge of elements. Or if you don't know how to do it, somebody can perform something from which everybody can benefit. There are Bhuta Shuddhi rituals. For example, every month there is Panchabhuta Aradhana happening in the Dhyanalinga. You don't know how to do it. Somebody else will do it. You just sit there in the presence and benefit from that.
Or maybe you're working a 9-to-5 job where you're underpaid.
In this culture, they taught you, if you have to eat your food, first you bow down to it. You are not saying thank you to any god. Okay, please don't do this. If at all, if you want to thank somebody, thank that poor farmer who doesn't eat what he grows and gives it to you. We are not thanking any gods, we are not looking up and saying thanks for the daily bread, whatever. We're just bowing down to the food because we know how you treat the food, accordingly it behaves within you. Today, there is enormous amount of study which shows, for example, water. This water has enormous memory. If I just as much as look at it in a certain way, its molecular composition changes, not the chemical composition, but the molecular composition changes and it behaves differently. Lot of experimentation has happened about this, and today they've come up with something called imploding water, where some of you might have experienced this. Suppose you went to a waterfall and the water that is falling with great force, if you touch the water, it feels silky. Have you ever noticed this? Yes? If it goes down 2 miles and then touch it, it won't feel like that. Only there it feels silky because the water is imploding into itself. Now they've created imploding machines, you can implode the water and you feed this water to your plants. With 10% of irrigation, you can get the same results simply because the water is imploded. These imploding machines which were made in UK, we are kind of getting them for the local farmers so that the water is imploded. With minimal water, you can grow the same crops because just changing the molecular composition changes so much. We have always known this. This is why do you think people go to a temple and they're dying for the 2 drops of water? Because the water is supposed to have the memory of the divine, supposed to be in touch with the deity, and there is supposed to be memory and you take it and it's supposed to work. If this whole science is managed properly, but today we don't know how it is in most of the places, but the possibility of changing how the water behaves within you just by treating it differently. Before drinking, just bow down to the water, don't see it as a commodity, it's not a commodity. It is life-making ingredient. This is more important than your mother, father, your children, anybody, isn't it so? What is in this vessel right now? Please tell me, I want you to hear that.
Yes.
Yes, because if you don't drink it for 1 day, you will not want anybody. You want only this.
Life-giving water. Anything that's life-giving. So when I say, as I posted a minute ago, that this man that you just saw, how God would stereotypically look. And this man, seriously, notice the similarity. The wisdom simply just oozes off of these beings. They are balanced in the 5 elements of life: fire, water, space, earth. Was someone left out? Fire, water, space, earth. Air. They are the personification of these very things. That's what they are. Hence the word we deem them as avatars. Avatar is not this little cartoon character, it can be, of your Facebook profile picture or Instagram. Look up avatar. It's of Hindi descent, Hindi origin. Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, Allah, Sai Baba, Paramahansa Yogananda, Mihir Baba, Swamiji. It's not something that's trying to confuse you. Well, wasn't Jesus the only one? Well, Jesus was one, That's for sure. But all these beings have different personalities. But the same God fire, earth, water, space, air, they embody these qualities, these quantities, these attributes consciously. They are always in balance. Always in balance. That's where they exist from. That's where their consciousness base is. I did my homework today. And also did some meditation. Without blaming the elite, and I just did because I singled them out, oops. Without blaming anyone, when we are in balance of the 5 elements ourselves, those people we would blame for doing such things, they just simply go away. Here are the 5 elements out of balance that I came up with. Just curious. Curious Keith, thinking outside of the box, wondering if this is how it goes. If individually and or collectively our air element is out of balance, is it possible that's what causes hurricanes and tornadoes? Our life is in such a whirlwind. My life is in such a whirlwind. But collectively, my town or my city or state was hit by a hurricane or a tornado. I'm just asking a question. Definitely not trying to trivialize everyday life. But if our air element is out of balance, would that be the cause of hurricanes and tornadoes? Because Mother Earth is trying to take a breath. She's gasping for air. And in her exhale, is it possible that's what happens? If our fire element is out of balance, California wildfires, is it because a group, civilization, regional culture of people that their fire element is out of balance? Don't know. I'm just asking a very simple question. If anyone or group, let's speak about the individual. If anyone is earth element is out of balance, their life may be very shaken up. The ground is always moving from within under them. Liken that to a collective perspective. The earth begins to move. Makes sense to me. If our water element is out of balance, that which gives life, and if you're depressed or emotional, flooded with emotion, the water element of who we are gets out of balance and we become flooded with emotion. But in a very real sense for the human species, our cities, our townships get flooded with water. Water always represents emotion in the dream state, even in life. Space, weather, exo-atmosphere. As Sadhguru said, this deals with mysticism on different levels. How these 5 elements govern our moods and characteristics. Listen to this. The earth element is for grounding, calming, keeps ego in check, the energy of bones, muscles, tissues, and hot illnesses such as infections. Water provides the ability to adapt, of course, flow, act selflessly, and avoid unhealthy attachments. Well, of course, because I'm flowing, I'm not attached. I'm into the river of change. It rules your blood, other bodily fluids, and cold illnesses such as joint pain. Fire element brings confidence and courage, the energy of metabolism, drive, passion, I'll always say, creativity, and access of this element can present anger or hatred. Air/wind makes sense. Think about it. Air, wind, breath. Air is life. You're out on a nice, beautiful day and the wind is blowing in your favor and you're like, oh, it's autumn or whatever it is that you enjoy seasonally. Air, wind, a channel for clear communication and self-expression, influences your ability to act from a space of compassion and love. Jealousy occurs when this aspect or element is out of balance. Ether or space element, Sadhguru said, a container for all the other elements, the source of intuition and wisdom from the universe, associated with expansion. Again, when I do these presentations, I am very well as you, wowed by what happens for me. Tonight was definitely a learning curve for me. Still is. I'm going to take a short pause. Going to be right back. Stick around. Lots more to come, y'all. As we talk about it's time for a change.
Surely as the rain may fall, I wonder why. Worried there'll come a time when my world is dry, oh so dry. In the summertime I won't have no water. It's a little bit harder to take. Lonely as I contemplate a billion stars, leaving my hands to fate. That's all I've got, all I've got. In the summertime I won't have no water. It's a little bit harder to take. So Time for a change. Time for a change. Time for a change.
Welcome back to Center of Light. It's good to see you, my friends. So now I want to move into a segment that I show a video about I'm looking. This beautiful man and my time with him. It's an interview I've done some years ago. 3, maybe years ago. Blessed are we to experience the divine in the form of this video you are about to watch. This is very serious. It's very real. I always say this because it helps me to impart to everyone. I take what I do very, very seriously. Again, if you have the blessed opportunity to come to Memphis in March, just want to, the doors will open to experience this beautiful incarnation of the highest truth. It'll take me a minute to set up this video, a minute, 15 seconds-ish, to set up this video about my time with Swamiji, talking about the 5 elements and the importance of them. Let me get my notes to find out where my time signature is, 7:43. Stick around. And that ain't it. Why not? So what I am going to do, since I can't find it, I'm going to use the omnipresence and the omnipotence and the omniscience of God manifested in the form of what we call the internet. I'm being silly, but I'm also being very serious. And there it is. Thank you for your patience. Welcome to Center of Light. Just give me a second. I'll find this and get together. Thank you, Swamiji. For the opportunity. Swami, there's a lot of concern about the violence happening in the world. There are so many people dying, and it seems like it's at an accelerated rate. What is the correct way to see this? Is this mean-spirited people doing horrible things, taking the lives of innocent people early? Or is it karma resolving itself from a previous time?
It's a very good question. In today, seeing so much of suffering, violence, war, natural calamities, severe natural calamities like tsunami, earthquake, heavy snowfall, climate change. Every person is worrying and he is thinking about the solution. What is the solution for natural calamities? What is the solution of the violence happening in the world, in every country? In the name of religion, in the name of God, in the name of nation, in the name of this and that, man has become an animal, not animal, a ghost, and doing nuisance and nonsense, and creating the earth a hell. We have to make it a heaven. Lord is thinking, Lord is wanting a gift from us. We are all heirs of the Lord. You asked, what is the main reason for the violence? Think, being educated, being intelligent, the intellectuals, the leaders of the highest countries of the world, they have to think about it. Why these natural calamities are happening? Severe natural calamities. What is the main reason? The main reason for the natural calamities is imbalance among the 5 elements of the earth. Imbalance. And the earth, in the climate of the earth, atmosphere of the earth, 5 elements are there. Soil, water, fire, air, and space. If these 5 elements are in proper ratio, the earth will be in peaceful condition. If there is any imbalance among the 5 elements, one wants to dominate others, and it leads to natural calamities. Suppose we want air, breeze, smooth, happy, little air breeze, but not hurricane. We want water to satisfy our thirst. For the crops also, cultivation also, we want water. But we don't want tsunami. If the water in the ocean comes like a tsunami, it will create destruction. So, in the same way, all the 5 elements. So, there is a proper ratio and there is a limit. Why we are polluting the 5 elements? We are polluting. We are polluting the soil. We are polluting the water. We are polluting fire, air, space, everything. So it is the main reason for imbalance. We have to think about it. So even Pope also recently, 1 month before or a few days before, had a comet, world comet, earth comet there. And they are thinking about how to solve the earth from natural calamities. They are thinking, even the religious leaders are also thinking about it. So we should not leave it. We have to think. We should have conferences, international conferences about the climate change, natural calamities, and wars and destruction in the name of God also, religion also. No. Any religion wants to create destruction or war. Only love, love, love. God wants only love. God is asking us to fill our heart with love, our mind with peace, and spread love and peace wherever you go. Then He will be satisfied. He will be satisfied. So in the name of religions, now in so many countries, so many places also, struggle is going on, fights are going on, wars are going on. I don't like this kind of wars or fighting. So love. Love thy neighbor as thyself, Christ proclaimed. We have to love our neighbor as we love ourselves. Adi Shankaracharya also declared and proclaimed, Ishvara Sarvabhutanam. That is, God is living in everybody, in every atom also. So we have to love each and every one. He did not say only Hindus, only Christians. No, we are calling the people who are following the preaching and teaching of Christ are called Christians. The people who are following the preachings and teachings of Buddha are called Buddhists. Mohammedan Muslims, Islam. So in the same way, all the religions are good. They are not bad. So we have to unite, and with unity we can bring peace to the world, and it is only the solution for your question. Unite, unite, unite. Fill your heart with love and spread love. Fill your mind with peace, spread peace. Then we can make our mind peaceful, our home peaceful, our city peaceful, our county peaceful, our state peaceful, country peaceful, and the world also peaceful, universe also peaceful. We can make the whole universe peaceful. That is the gift we have to give to our Father, the omnipotent, omnipresent God.
What else is there to do? Balance. 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 If you're just arriving, go back to the beginning of this video and watch it from the beginning. Learn something. I've learned something monumental tonight. That something so subtle as we thought that was just scientific can mean so much. I never realized this aspect of something that can mean so much. The 5 elements. It comprises who you are. I love you. See you soon. Peace, love, and always remember to live in the everlasting light of truth. That's all you got.